Hi, good evening. I'm Tanisha Sullivan, a member of the Ward 18 Democratic Committee, and super excited to be here with Attorney Jovan Lacet, who is a candidate for the 12th Suffolk District State Representative seat. And good evening.
Good evening, Attorney Sullivan. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. So we have a few questions for you. As you know, there'll be 4 of them ready to jump in. What sets of skills and experiences best prepare a state representative candidate for success?
I believe it is community involvement. Advocating for community helps out a lot. And having the education as an attorney advocating for 23 years also is a major plus. But it has to do with having a working relationship with the community. I think that's very important, to know your community, to have that working relationship with that community. And then having the education and experience that comes with education as an attorney is a plus.
Okay. Could you name a current or former public figure who you look to for inspiration and tell us why?
Well, the main one is President Barack Obama, but let's bring it local. The person one of my mentors is Senator Diane Wilkinson. I like her. It's like she had the progressive views that people are pushing now. Is something that this woman had for decades ago. She's always been trying to move Boston forward. All the social justice movement that she's talking about, people like her, and people like her and so many other folks from her era, they've been doing it. And it's good that we have someone like that on our team. And so I like what she's doing today with the COVID-19, how it relates to the community of color who it affects the most. So I have to say that there's so many names I can name. Chuck Turner. I can know so many names, but today I will name Senator Diane Wilkinson.
Thank you. If you could pick only one House committee to serve on, what committee would that be and why?
It would be the Financing Committee, because the biggest job of a legislator is to bring money into the district. And through that committee, I would make sure that we are receiving the proper post-COVID-19 funds, or current COVID-19 funds, to properly fund the schools, the health centers, our local health centers, so much more, and to help build the economic workforce, the economic empowerment workforce that needs to take place, because so many people lost jobs, so many of these small businesses. So that is the committee that I would most likely choose because of the financial effect it would have on the district.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Last question. Could you describe the first bill you would file if elected and tell us why?
The first bill I would file would have something to do with COVID-19. It would have something to do with the eviction that's taking place, the eviction and foreclosures that are going to take place. Something has to be done. We have to provide the fundings, would it be by loan? It could probably be by loan as well as grants to both landlord tenants, as well as business owners, so they're not foreclosed, kicked out. That's a major thing. So many other things need to be done related to COVID-19, but that is one of the first things, because while yes, education is important, but if the families don't have somewhere to live, then education will be a second thought to them. So yes, that will be one of the first bills work on to support the moratorium that the governor has, because it's going to have to stop, and more has to be done than the moratorium, because both landlords and the tenants, they need money. They need money, and they need money. We can't just have a moratorium like that.
Thank you. Well, as we're closing, is there anything else you would like to share with your neighbors and voters?
Yes. First of all, I want to thank Ward 18 Democratic Committee for having this meet and greet today. I appreciate it. And again, my name is Jovan Lacet. I am a United States Marine Corps veteran, 23-year practicing attorney, and former Boston police officer who was running to be the next state representative of the 12th Suffolk state representative in order to give a voice, a much needed voice, and to advocate on behalf of a better quality life for everybody of the 12th Suffolk District. And part of that advocacy will be to work with fellow legislators, constituents, as well as stakeholders to address the inequities and disparities in our education system, as you know well, in the employment, economic empowerment, and housing, that's rental and home ownership, and especially the disparity and equities in our health system. So much has to be done. So that's why I'm running. And I have built the relationship with this community as someone who's been civically engaged, actively engaged for over 20, 30 years in the 12th Civic District, as well as the surrounding community. I'm one of the founders of the Greater Mattapan Neighborhood Council. I am one of the founders of the River Street Civic Association. I'm civically engaged in 99% of the civic associations in the district. We are already making progress. If the wrong person is elected in this district will remain idle as it has for so many years, and we have to move forward. There's so much work that needs to be done. So I ask for my constituents' votes on September 1st, as well as doing early voting. Thank you again for having me here. Thank you, Attorney Sullivan.
Thank you very much for joining us. We wish you well.
Thank you. You all have a good night.